That's the thing about humans. We get addicted like no other.
And I mean,
smallest thing.
I think weed is addicting,
Yes.
not biologically, but psychologically.
Yeah. Even the feeling of it after a while, like your body becomes dependent. Let's say, for instance, like you get the munchies and stuff. People think it's a joke, but after a while, you can't even eat because the same appetite doesn't come around.
Exactly.
You know, stuff like that.
And that's what I was getting.
Yeah, it changes your body and your day, your energy, how you feel. Like that's exactly what I went through. The first 3 days were the hardest, and after that, I was just like, okay, I know what I could do with this. Like I could stop. Same thing with alcohol. I didn't win. When is it? Cold turkey? What do they call it? Wild turkey? I don't know. Whatever.
Cold turkey? Wild turkey's the
drink.
The rum or whatever.
Whatever they call that shit.
The whiskey.
You feel me? Like after a while, you know, you beat that little couple days or whatever. You beat whatever it is. You face it. Honestly, after a while, it becomes like a breeze, bro. It was just the first couple days. I was like, I can't even eat. I don't even want to do anything.
Yeah.
Like I'm bored and I want to smoke. You know, like type of shit. Like I'm forcing it. The addictive psychological portion of your mind. Like it's like kind of reaching for it over and over again. You're just like, yo, you have to fight that. Like your hand is gonna keep trying to go for it. You're like, stop it.
Yeah, and even if you don't think it's a problem, like I was like, I don't really have a drinking problem. But then after last week, I was kind of going through like stress, and I was like, fuck, dude, I need a drink. Mm-hmm. And like it got to the point where I went to the fridge because they have beer here, and I just looked at all the beer and I was like. And like I had that little shot of Terramana, and I was like, "Fuck, man, I should just down it. It's just one shot." And then I was like, "Dude, why am I thinking like this? Like, why? What the fuck? Like,
that's the strength in you coming out talking about why.
This is that's
literally.
True.
You know how they put the devil.
Yeah.
Nah, that's the strength. Like, yo, don't be weak in this moment, bro. Because like, if you do, you know what I mean. If you were to take that shot, you don't know where you would have been. You might have been drinking again, all that.
Just go straight back into it.
Off personal experience, I did smoke that day, and I haven't stopped smoking since. Yeah, and I keep telling myself I'm gonna stop. It's just all about when is that win?
Yeah,
you know, when does the strength come out and poke out again and be like, hey, you need to really stop.
Yeah,
bro, I'm so addicted, like it's crazy.
And it sucks. You have to pretty much get rid of it
as a whole. And I'm starting to find different things. Like I literally found different things to do, bro. I'm learning Spanish.
Yeah,
like, shit like that. Yeah. You know, el papel de baño. Yeah, you feel me? Like, yeah, I'm getting off. Kids, stay in school. Like, I'm really learning Spanish out here and shit. I'm finding different shit to do, bro. I'm stepping away, you know? Yeah. That's the biggest thing for me. I'm just like, yo, you want to replace this? Replace it with different things, good stuff, substances, positive things to do, you know, with a positive mentality, too, on the side. Because it's hard if I keep trying to force myself mentality-wise, be like, you do need it, man. Just go do it. It's been a bad day. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. It's a crutch.
Out of it. Yeah, it's a crutch, you know? And then I had my sister tell me all this, like, really, not tell me everything word for word, but as far as like, hey, Khor, you're addicted. Hey, Khor, can you even stop? Hey, Khor, this and that. And it kept leading on to thoughts. And I'm like, really, though? I am addicted. I couldn't face that fact. You know, I'm afraid to say I'm certain things, you know? And saying you're addicted is step one. I was like, I'm not addicted to weed. I just love this shit.
Yeah. But if you're addicted, that means you have a problem. You don't want to have a problem.
And I had a problem. Yeah. You know, I had to face myself. I am my biggest problem in the world. Like no one knows that about, like, really, I don't have a certain enemy besides myself, you know? Like I am my biggest con instead of, you know what I mean? Like I could be different places sometimes, but it's kind of how God puts it out there, you know, my life path. You know, I got to go through certain obstacles and shit. Just personally, just to learn, really, because I came out here like a sponge, and I'm just soaking up game each and every day, you know what I mean? Trying to learn things and shit, really, because I don't know anything yet. Yeah. Dude, I'm freaking 24.
We're all just little kids, man.
Literally.
It's crazy. Like,
the word kid gets taken to an extent, but at the same time, like, really, though, you're going to learn. Yeah. You're going to learn every day. People say something like, one thing rappers say all the time is change. Like, I ain't never going to change this, and that. It's a lie. Humans evolutionize all the time. Yeah. And if you don't, it's like, because you're probably ignorant in a sense. You're thinking you're prideful, or your ego's blocking where you can grow. And growth is big as a human. You want to be better each and every day. If you're not trying to be better, bro, wasting your time. Yep. Wasting your time, really. That's how I just feel like. That's why I'm just looking at this addiction shit, and I'm like, yo, I am trying to be better. It takes me to really go and doing that shit, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, but keep going. Keep going.
Big time.
Support from me. You got my vote.
All right. Let's get this thing started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to This Life, a podcast by Mayorca Media. I'm your host, Felix Mayorca. We're here live at the Local Hub Studios in Escondido, California. Big shout out to the sponsors, Local Hub, Picnicked, and Express Yourself, which we will talk about a little bit later. I'm sitting here with, and we actually just had a deep conversation that will probably make it to the podcast because that was dope.
Yeah, it's very deep.
I'm sitting here with Khor,
the one and only.
The one and only.
Hello. What's up, world?
So, I want to ask you, like, what I usually ask, like, oh, how do we know each other? But like, what made you want to be on this thing?
I personally think because I'm not in a weird way, but I'm interested in your knowledge. I like being around, like learning from people and stuff. So just being around you and stuff kind of brings like a positive mentality out of me each and every time. Like really though, like I'm telling my buddies about this before I come, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to go link with the videographer dude, man. Blah, 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 blah. I'm about to go talk.
Videographer, yeah.
Yeah, you know, because they don't know you personally. But what I learned from like really from the couple experiences we've had, because we've only linked like since we've like high school, probably like 4 or 5 times, maybe even less than that. And I've learned you got some good game, bro. Like I mess with that. I'm like, yo, I could learn from bro. And it's a positive sense. I'm just like, hey, I'll be a sponge when I get around him. You know what I mean? Background guy.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I've never been told I have good game, but thank you.
First time for everything.
So let's go to the cliche question. How do we know each other, Khor?
I think we know each other because of Escondido. Escondido, it's hard to get around people and stuff, especially when you look like a guy like me. Very large, dark, handsome. You know what I mean? All these crazy shit. And I met you like probably around Hidden Valley, but we were never really friends until we got to Orange Glen and we played volleyball together.
That's right.
You know, I was a freshman, I think, actually. I was like 14 years old. And when I was 14, man, I was different. I was an angry, like point blank, I was an angry dickhead. I was crazy, man.
We all were, dude.
You know what I mean? I'm still learning. I'm still growing. But,
we all were.
You know, when we first met and shit, I kind of got a sense like you kind of didn't like me like that. We were kind of forced to be friends and learn from each other. And then we got to a point where we were like, we actually are friends. Yeah. You know what I mean? It kind of got to that point, especially during volleyball season. Like, by the end, I was like, I actually like Felix. Like, you know what I mean? We're cool. You know what I mean? I messed with like damn near everybody on the team, including our coach. You know what I mean? Everybody. Jose. Shout out Jose, man. You know, I wouldn't be here without you, man. Shout out Jose. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But really, am I able to curse actually?
Yeah. Go for it.
Cool. You know, you got to always ask that radio question. Mm-hmm. But pretty much like it started off with volleyball and stuff, like really getting to know you. And then ever since then, we just kind of carried on.
Right.
And then we're here now, personally.
Fun fact, I didn't hate you in high school. I was also just an angry individual. And I was very wary of like, I mean, I was kind of a dick. Mm-hmm. And obviously we all were. Yeah. We got the hormones going and stuff. But, and I've talked about it on the podcast before, like I was just severely depressed and like.
I would have never guessed that actually.
Yeah.
Like personally, I thought you were mean to me because it was the thing to do. There's like a certain group of kids, like not literally like a big group or anything. It was just like a stream of kids who used to be like, let's make fun of Khor or shit. Let's joke on him. And I never took it personally. I didn't watch the TV shows and shit like that, and I learned like, hey, you want to be strong out here, or you want to, you know what I mean, like carry yourself. You got to make fun of them back. So I think it kind of invited everybody to kind of have a joking culture around me, and that's kind of I kind of got annoyed, and I was like, I don't like these guys. You know what I mean? I was like, damn man, every time they see me, they got some shit to say. I'm like, yeah, I got some freaking high waters on today. Yeah, so what? Shit like that. You know what I mean?
You know what it was too. I think it was like in volleyball. Like you think about it, and people are like, oh, that's a girl sport or whatever. But like everyone there was just like. It was the most odd group of guys. Like it was me, Tony, Jabron. Remember Jabron?
One thing I could say is we were almost all equals. Like we looked at each other like as equals.
Yeah,
and that was dope.
We're kind of like the outcasts because we didn't do track. We didn't do. We weren't really like the baseball playing football guys. Like we just were like, let's just play volleyball. And like, I'm glad you learned that. Like. I mean, obviously we shouldn't have been dicks, but we're dicks to like each other. Like everyone was just dicks to each other. And I remember just like I'd like be about to serve, and like Tony would come over and like neck me. I'm like, yo, that makes me so angry. And then like everyone would start laughing at me. I'm like, dude, stop, shut up. But it was like, and I don't even know if it's like that's how it should have been, or like maybe we were just not in the right mind, but. Because now everything's changing.
Like, we were kids.
Yeah.
Like back then, Tony was like an animal, bro. I had him in like a biology class with Mr. Mervs. He used to tear my ass up. And Santi, man, I ain't forget.
Shout out to Tony. Shout out to Tony.
Yeah,
man.
for real. Shout out Tony, man. Shit was crazy, you know what I mean? But it came with, like, honestly, it came with high school, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of shit came with high school. And I was just like, man, as long as I'm alive to tell my story, I'm not mad at it like that, bro.
That's true.
It is what it is. Like, that shit was fun, honestly. You ask me, I wouldn't take it back for the world. For real.
Well, I apologize if I said anything ever terrible.
Y'all used to do this one thing that used to get me, man.
I'm about to get canceled.
Nah, man, that cancel culture, don't listen to it.
All right.
Don't listen to it.
All right, let's hear it.
It's all personal experience if you want to cancel somebody. But back in the day when I was in high school, y'all used to get on me because I was the darkest dude in school, and y'all used to call me white boy. That shit used to get me. Oh,
you know, I was gonna bring that up. And I've thought about that ever since I learned what a microaggression was.
What is that?
You know what a microaggression is?
I've heard of microaggression, but I have to refresh my mind. What is that?
A microaggression is like if I said faux shizzle, my nizzle, it's like, no, it's not the N word, but it's the N word. Mm-hmm. You know, or
appropriating it, like, in a sense.
Exactly. Or like if my back was sweaty and you'd be like, oh, you got sweaty back there, buddy. Is that water? Or, you know what I mean?
Insinuating something.
I mean, I hope I don't get this wrong, but it's like one of those like, oh, it's just a joke kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And like, I've thought about that. Excuse me. Damn, this stuff's gassy. I thought about that honestly ever since I graduated from high school. I was like, and I learned obviously we grow and we learn, and I learned what a freaking microaggression was, and I was just like, and I've always felt bad for that. Mm-hmm. And I know it was like, just like, oh, it was kidding around, but like knowing now, and I'm so glad you brought that up because, and I've talked about this, I don't want to be a hypocrite because I've said language is important. Mm-hmm. Like, even if I was sitting there going, oh bro, it's funny, you know, it's all good, it's, you know, white boy, get it because you're not white. Like, yeah, that might be funny to me, but I don't know how you felt about it.
It used to bother me, but like, in like where I'm at in my heart, I don't look at it and I get angry about it. Actually, like, what I've taken from it, like, really though, it's like comedy sometimes is insensitive as a whole. So I never really tried taking it too personal. It was just times where experience or situational, I might have been with someone I didn't want to look bad. And I was like, damn, they got me. They got one up on me. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it kind of bothered me in a sense back then. But bro, where's my mother? I'm not tripping, bro. It's all love, man. Like, I'm not mad at anybody. Like, I'm different from when I was a little kid. I'm different from yesterday, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not the same person as yesterday. I've actually changed each and every day.
That's what we're talking about, man. Growth.
Mm-hmm.
Growth is important. And as much as you're saying, like, oh, it didn't bother me, like, I'm like, there's certain things that I used to say, or I said before, where I'm just like, man, I remember I hit someone up on Facebook because in middle school, and like, always remember this, she had like messed up teeth, and I would joke about it, and it was like, I had no idea what she was going through. I had no idea, especially in middle school. Like, middle school is such a weird time, and your body's changing, and like
trying to find yourself, you know?
Exactly. And I hit her up on Facebook. I was like, yo, I just want to say, like, I feel absolutely terrible, like, absolutely terrible. And she was like, oh, I appreciate that, and that did really hurt. And she's like, I haven't thought about that since then, but like, I'm thinking about it now, and like, it is making me emotional. Like, I'm so sorry. And I was just like, man, I was angry. Like, that's crazy.
I actually applaud you for doing that. You know, I've been in a situation like that. Actually, I was playing basketball last week, and I seen a guy. I used to have an entanglement with his then girlfriend at the time. You know what I mean?
Entanglement, right?
Yeah, entanglement. Right. You know, shout out Jada.
Yeah.
You know, but pretty much, like, the way I went about it was actually poorly and shit. And he was like trying to hit me up about it, and like, kind of like, yo, Khor, you messing with my girl or whatever. And I was just being a dick, bro. Yeah. Like, I was like 18, 19. I'm like, fuck you. What you want to do about it? This, and that. And like, honestly, I didn't know what I was doing. I was creating damage to this young man, bro.
Right.
Actually, like, where he's coming from, I don't know where he's coming from. So I'm doing all this shit, talking shit about it, whatever. I didn't do too much, but I was being mean about it. I seen him last week, and I apologized to him face to face because I felt like, you know, I'm trying to do something here. And I wanted to say that personally because, hey, kids, let's create a culture and let's apologize for shit we did just to feel better. You know what I mean? Really, though. On some shit, it'll make you feel a lot better. If you did some shit back in the day and you want to feel better, or you want to, you know what I mean? Kind of like, you know what I mean? You want to make amends.
Learn from it. Learn from it and make amends for sure.
Go speak to that person. Learn where they're feeling. Wear their shoes for a second. You know what I mean? And that's what I had to do. And to hear what he had to say, he was like, man, Khor, I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to be your friend at the time. Like, I'm like, I would have never guessed that.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was a little party animal. I was a cool kid and shit, all this shit. I'm sure he wanted to get down with that type of shit. And I was over here blocking him out because of a different image I wanted to portray. That's not me. I don't represent none of that negative shit. Like, literally, I would never, like, I try to do the same thing to my little siblings. I'm trying to preach that same game to them. Like, hey, you don't know what a kid's going through. Don't make his day any harder. Real shit. My little brothers hear that. My little sister, she hears that. My nephew, they all hear that all the time because I was that kid who had a harder day because some kids were hard on me.
Yeah.
And some days I would take it out on the next kid. It's creating a terrible cycle.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on at their house. Don't do that to them. Don't do that. Don't be selfish because that's what it really is. You know what I mean? And really, I couldn't face that. You know, I was being weak-minded or whatever it was at the time, and I was angry at the world, and I couldn't face my problems. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's literally a deep internal issue or trauma, whatever we want to call it. You just got to take care of it, nip it in the butt a little earlier. You know what I mean? I'm glad I am where I am today to say this stuff and tell people because now I could create a little, like, you know what I mean, a little whirlwind, whirlpool, whatever you want to call it, and create people to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, though, like, I would love that. Like, shit, I don't want to hear sorries from people, but if someone wants to say sorry to me for something they did, I don't mind. It's like, yo, you're trying to grow. And that's what it's really about.
Right.
You want to really die, like, on some shit where you, like, left a mark on someone and, you know, kind of remembered in a sense. Not everybody's going to be remembered. We need our 9-to-5ers. We need our people to do the coal mining or whatever. We need people to fill certain jobs, you know, but at the end of the day, we all do want to be remembered for something.
Right.
You know what I mean? And everybody has a different sense. I want to be remembered for a different sense. At the end of the day, that's just what it is. Like, if you want to be remembered for some shit like that, go out there and apologize. Start with that. You know, start tomorrow, do something, eat some different breakfast. Start, you know what I mean? Like, change your life, man. Get off the Cocoa Puffs, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, man, it really starts with you know what I mean? Starts with your health, all that shit. Really. And I'm here to promote positivity, really, though. That's my thing. Like, I'm done being negative. Like, it doesn't do nothing for me. It actually creates hate in my heart, makes me angry, and I don't want to be at that sense anymore. Like, really, though. I've been through too much to live in that and sit in that bed of shit. And you know what I mean? When there's other things out there, I see my friends do it. I see my peers do it. I want those ventures. Right. I'm going to go attract that. I'm going to go live it. I'm going to be that. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you got to really just start in your circle. You got to start in your environment. Simple as that.
I feel it. And I'm actually glad you brought that, the white boy thing up. And I mean, I've
what started this convo.
Yeah, dude. I've thought about that like forever. And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you almost even think like, he's a guy, you know, and guys, that's what we do. We, you know, rib on each other but sometimes, you know, we take it too far, or sometimes we're a little too angry that day, or you're going through something, or I'm going through something. Like, you don't really see that. Where, like, yeah, it was fun during volleyball and all that, but like something like that can get to you. I want to ask you, like, why were you so angry?
Starts at home.
Yeah.
Literally started at home. I wasn't having anything personally done to me physically, you know, but I would say more mentally. I started off as like a little angry kid and shit. You know, sometimes they'd even give it to me my way or whatever, and that shit doesn't work. You know, biggest thing is balance. Right. I don't think I had enough balance at home. I was, you know, I mean, I was already growing up lost, and then being unbalanced mentally was just kind of damaged me as I was growing up and shit. And I was always portrayed as a tough character and shit, but I'm delicate too in a sense, you know. Yeah. You know, ladies, I'm soft. You know what I mean? No, I'm playing.
Dude, as soon as you did this and like looked over, I was like, oh shit.
I'm playing. But literally, like, yo, I'm human, bro. Like, I
we
feel
all got a south side.
Yeah, we all got. And just growing up in my house, I always wanted to portray that tough. You know, growing up with my brothers and even my sisters. My little sister, dude, she's so tough. I'm like, God damn. I can't even get over on her. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and it's like, I'm happy she's tough in a sense, but she never actually got a shed in her pain or whatever. You know, I think that's what created this anger, literally, like why I'm so angry. Even to this day, sometimes I have days where I'm just angry, and it's like, it's not healthy, man. Yeah. Being that angry could create rage, and rage could create poor decisions. Poor decisions could create death. You don't want to be dead, bro. That's real shit. You don't want to be dead.
Create death.
For real, like, I don't want to die, man. I've never wanted to live in 2020. I said, I've never wanted to live more with everything going on, I've never wanted to live more in my life. Like this day and age, like I want to do things and I want to live my life to a full extent and be happy.
Yeah.
You know, free myself from this mental warfare I am in. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I feel like, why do I don't deserve that. I know what I deserve. Why would I sit there and just take that? I'm not settling for less. I want more. You know what I mean? And it's literally like, yo, you attract things in life. Law, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. It's law of attraction, all types of shit, energy, all that. You know, my spirit's in a different place from when I was a kid. I'm more so in a forgiveness state of mind right now. You know, like, I don't care about that shit, bro. Right. I got different things to worry about. I'm happy. You know what I mean? I went through some of these things because it created a nice young man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very, you know what I mean? I'm a gentleman and shit and all that. Like I was raised in the right way and all that, but all this stuff made me. Right. Everything. And I'm thankful for it. I wouldn't take any of it back, honestly.
Express yourself. With the holidays just around the corner, now is the perfect time to begin finding that special gift for your loved ones. Why not support a local business and find the awesome stocking stuffer at expressyourselfco.com. There you can find a variety of pins, stickers, and apparel that'll surely bring a smile to their face. From now up to the end of this year, that's the end of 2020, can't come any sooner, use code ThisLife for 10% off your order. Be sure to give them a follow on Instagram at expressyourselfco. Stay safe and always remember to express yourself. So, Khor,
express yourself.
I have a gift here. I'm going to show the camera. If you're not watching the podcast, it's backwards. If you're not watching the podcast, you're missing out. Khor, I'm going to give you this. What does that say? That's a sticker.
Oh man, it says you are appreciated.
I
am appreciated.
Thank you
so much.
And
I appreciate this.
I appreciate. Here's another express yourself sticker.
Express yourself.
Express yourself.
Get you one of these.
So, Express Yourself is pretty dope. It's obviously a small business. Mm-hmm. And I gave you that sticker because I appreciate you coming through and doing the podcast and taking time out of your day.
I will remember this forever. Thank you so much.
There you go. Imagine them saying that.
I feel appreciated.
Christmas morning, Hanukkah morning, Kwanzaa morning. It doesn't matter. Any morning, any day. Express yourself. This life gets you 10% off your order. Back to the show.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I think the forgiveness stage is self growth a lot of the times, and you realize that other people are growing as well, so you're kind of like, all right, you know, maybe I'll give this person a chance. And sometimes you get burned, but other times it's like, oh, you did grow and I grew also. Like I've had friends that I probably wouldn't have been friends with like a year ago, 2 years ago, because I was such a different person. In the beginning of college, I was such a different high school. And I'm glad you said that, because I've said before, like, I was an asshole in high school, and people are like, no, I don't believe that. And
I don't believe it either. You were so lovable. Everybody loved Felix.
But like I was just like, fucking shut up, dude. And that's what I think. Okay, yeah. I think other people loved me in like the grander scale. But then once you if you had some run-ins with me, I had some people that were like, yeah, you were kind of a dick. And I'm like, I mean, yeah.
I've seen you angry.
I was, yeah.
And I've seen the dick side, but like more so what I would see is like people were like attracted to your like niceness, and you know,
that's what I would.
It weighed more than the dick side. You feel me?
Yeah.
Pause. Yeah.
Dick size light, not too heavy.
Whoa.
All right. Anyway, let's segue. You were talking about 2020 and this year. I mean, this year for Black people has been heavy.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on? I want to ask like a specific question. I don't just want to be like, well, what do you think about Black Lives Matter? First of all, I don't think Black Lives Matter is anything political. I think it's been turned into something that's political.
True.
Not that
I believe it's true. Subjective.
Exactly. This is all subjective again. I think it's turned into something political, and I also think that in my mind there are people, and it's not just white people. I think the conversation is being steered not by Black people, because I've spoken to Black people who might not be down with Black Lives Matter, or might be like, we're doing this wrong. I've seen so many things even on social media, and that's just something minute, but I feel like the conversation isn't you're not being heard, like Black people aren't being heard. I think it's being steered in a different way. What do you think about that? Do you think you're being heard? Do you think as people you're being heard? Do you think you as an individual are being heard? That's what I mean by you. I'm not like, you speak for all black people, you know? So
I don't speak for all black people.
Exactly.
I speak for myself, Khor. You feel me? And everything I say is subjective, so I don't mean any harm when I do speak.
Right.
Personally, like, what I think about it is like, this is the most black people have been heard and since we known it. Like, really though, because we haven't had a moment like this since Ferguson. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I feel like, you know, it's big, but, you know, there's a negative pull to it. We lost a life, you know what I mean? That's sad.
Yeah.
You know, and I still feel like justice hasn't been served. No. So on top of it, it's just like my anger and frustration is like, I'm lost in this sense, and Black Lives Matter doesn't help me direct me personally into the right direction. I don't know who's running it. I don't know who's really the top. Like, what I've heard from various different sources and stuff, people always say it's like, oh, it's this person running, or it's not who you think. It's not who I thought was running it, you know? And on top of that, it's just like, where's the money that's being donated going? There's no physical proof to me that I've been shown, like, hey, Khor, you go on Twitter and Complex Magazine's talking about Black Lives Matter has da-da-da-da, or there's a kid I even know. Yeah. I don't know anybody. And people always say it's a small world, and I believe that. I haven't heard anything really that's been done with all the money and stuff, so I'm confused and a little lost. I haven't been guided in the direction, so I don't support really Black Lives Matter, the movement as a whole, but I want people to feel like they have a voice. I want people to do that. Right. This should start a revolution. Keep doing that type of shit. Yep. Malcolm had a vision. Martin had a vision. I have a vision. We all have a vision. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you want to fulfill your needs, go out and do it. Apply yourself. And that's why I'm just like, hey, I'm not gonna.
Oh, that's me. My bad. Go ahead. Wow, good. What a great way to just ruin a powerful moment.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm not worried. All right. But personally, what I feel like is like, I'm just not really too much into that. You know, I just think, just find what's right for you. What do you want to fight for? You know, if you want to be out here protesting, go protest. That's you. If you want to be in a crib and you want to fight through social media, that's you. I'm not mad at you. Yeah. You feel me? But my best advice is be educated on everything that's going on. Don't get in no shit you could get hurt from or be harmed from, or you feel like, oh, I made a terrible decision doing this. Educate yourself. People use ignorance as bliss as a hold, but don't use that. Yeah. Educate yourself. Yep. Don't go all the way in on something you don't know all the things about, all the facts. And you're not going to always know all the facts, but educate yourself the best or the most you can.
And I think also, sorry.
That's that. Really, that's what I was gonna say. That's that. Yes, sir.
Drop the mic. I think something else is educate other people. Mm-hmm. Don't argue. Don't scream at other people. Like at one point, wow, people are gonna hate me after this and just tune out. At one point, I was like, what's wrong with all lives matter? Like my life matters. Well, there's brown people out there that are struggling. There's, and I was making up all these like. I wasn't making up. That's what I thought at the time. I had a professor tell me, imagine going to a breast cancer awareness run and then showing up and going, colon cancer. Mm-hmm. And someone's like, what? Like, this is for breast cancer. Yeah, but like colon cancer is bad too. And it's like, you're trying to take away from that moment. And that's the moment where it clicked. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah. You're right. And then I started reading up and I started seeing, and I educated myself. And guess what? My mind changed, and that's totally fine. And I feel like people are so afraid to have that.
That's growth.
Exactly.
You didn't know. Growth. You know what I mean? Literally. And I don't blame you for not knowing. Oh. You know, if you're like literally the guy who knows about everything, or let's say, for instance, like, oh, I know all the ins and outs of All Lives Matter and what they're about, and you're just doing the shit on Black Lives Matter, then I'm going to like, hey,
you know what?
You're using your energy for the wrong reason. Yeah. Are you just being a dickhead out here, bro? Yep. Go home. Because that's what I see with some, I wouldn't say all. You know what I mean? I'm not going to generalize all these people, but All Lives Matter, I feel like it's just a stunt just to put one up on Black Lives Matter. You know, and it's like, it's a political war now. Yeah. You know, and I even seen shit like, what a little group, a little political gang they just started. I forgot what it was called. Proud Boys. Shit like that. I'm like, they're just trying to stack up, get one up, because there's a lot going on in the world. They're thinking about themselves, and whatever their reasons is, it's getting away from the point, and it's drowning the substance of George Floyd being murdered and things like that. Like, they don't deserve that. They really don't. Like, and justice still hasn't been served for a lot of people. I have personal accounts of my family, friends, and stuff like that, where I'd be like, hey, justice wasn't served. So that justice service or system, I would say, doesn't make me happy when I think about it. It actually bothers me a lot of shit about it. I'm just like, hey, but you know what I mean? Like, we can't do nothing about it unless we get in there and refresh everybody. But it's not going to happen with our generation, man. It has to be the kids under us, and we got to keep pushing, because it's still going to be them old white guys, or, you know what I mean? They're still going to, that seat where whatever her name is, RBG, Ruby, something, whatever her name is, it's going to get, whatever. They're going to, Ruth Bader. They're going to fill it in with somebody probably from the ages of 40 to 60, maybe even older.
Yep. Who
probably not any younger.
A private school. And
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen with my generation, but I'll be happy knowing my generation is making a change somewhat. So I'm happy seeing like what's going on. But it doesn't include always violence and all that shit, bro. Don't get beat up. Don't get shot in the eye. You don't want that if you're not ready for it. But once you go on that street, know what you signed up for. They're not playing around out here. They're beating the shit out of people. Yeah. They're whooping you. They're doing whatever. It's not no fair game out here. Yeah. And don't let the National Guard see you. They're on you. Don't play with those people. Really though, double back, go home and create a new blueprint, create a new plan, and then go back outside.
Right.
Don't go outside empty-headed. You don't want to get your ass shot in the eye or whatever. And that's no disrespect to anybody that's had happened to. It's just generally speaking, they're doing some things to people out here that are, you can't take back some of your decisions. They're doing it.
Yeah.
They're not worried about your life.
Yep.
They're really not. And it's because it's a political war. It's actually crazy, and it's all happening in 2020 when all the election and all this stuff is going on. Like, I have a lot of hot takes, man. A lot.
I feel it, man. I feel
a lot of hot takes.
I do too, and I'm actually, a lot of the stuff you're saying. I think everything so far I've agreed to. Like, yeah, justice hasn't been served, and they're playing the political game. And something that stuck out to me was how for a while, and everything has quote unquote died down on social media. True. Right, you
no
see
more
all the
black pictures on
no
Instagram.
more black boxes, exactly.
Oh yeah,
and
black boxes.
That's what.
Sorry,
you're on fire.
It almost sounded like the B word. My fault, y'all. I love y'all, ladies. No disrespect. I love y'all. No funny shit. In other words, black women are disrespected. Y'all gonna get y'all's. Don't worry about it. Stay faithful. Keep grinding out here. Handle y'all business. Y'all gonna get y'all's. Don't worry about these people. There's a lot of negative people. We're gonna breed them out, man. For real. Word up.
All right. Anyway.
Personal message. Quartet approved that.
Quartet. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I don't understand the looting. I don't understand the burning of like local businesses. I don't understand and I put that out there on Instagram. I was like, look, I don't know if this is the right way to go about it. And like people shit on me, dude. Like
recently?
No, during like when everything
this year
was,
though?
Yeah, this year. So now let me finish.
No, I'm not shitting on you. I'm actually surprised people spoke up and said something.
Yeah, like I had a couple of people just be like, well, this is a legitimate way of, or they would do the whole subtweet, which I don't have a Twitter, but they would do it on Instagram.
They were talking shit about you.
Yeah, without actually saying like,
and you felt it, your intuition.
Yeah. Well, they would post like the SpongeBob meme where he's going like this, like thinking about something like looting and rioting is a legitimate way for the oppressed to, and then it was just whole like,
get theirs.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, what I was saying is I don't think you should like burn down your own neighborhood. Like that's where, you don't shit where you eat. So then I saw a video of a black woman who was screaming at some dudes that were knocking down like a bus stop. And she was like screaming like just so passionately. And she was like, she's like, you have no idea the people that have to sit on this bus stop. They all live up in these projects. They need this bus stop. She's like, the window you just broke, it's owned by someone that lives up here in these projects. It's owned by a black person. She's like,
is she lying?
Quit.
Probably not.
Probably not. I mean, she was like, this is my community. Like, stop messing with it. And then after that, I started seeing more like, it was like, I saw a video of these two white women, they were putting graffiti on a Starbucks, and some lady was like, yo, what are you doing? We didn't ask you to do that. She's like, what are you doing? And they're like, no, it's okay. We're with you guys. And they're like, no. Who told you to do that? We didn't ask you to do that. We're not trying to do that.
They lying. They not with nobody.
Exactly.
They're neutralized. They just out there.
They were just out there like starting shit. And then I started seeing all these different things pop up, and I was just like what's happening? Like, how did this change all of a sudden from like, yeah, looting's good, and then wait, we're not. I feel like so many people are waiting for like the black approval for things without
Who
actually.
do you think is waiting for the black approval? The others that aren't black?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think everyone's just kind of.
I've never heard that from someone that's not black. Like,
Yeah.
really. I hang around a lot of black people, like every day, damn near.
So then.
Straight niggas.
For real. So does your circle believe in that? Do they believe
in what?
Like that people are kind of waiting to do stuff and then they're like not thinking for themselves and they're pretty much waiting for
I won't speak for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of them I've heard people speak on their own account. Yeah, like people are taking advantage of this.
Yeah.
People out there that are fighting, even with the whole the young boy, 17-year-old kid, Kinowasho, however you say that state or city. It was a city, not a state. I think it was the state of Wisconsin or something. The kid that shot somebody.
Oh, that's
he shot
right.
a white guy.
Yeah.
You know, he shot a white guy, and the white guy in the video, if you see it, and while they're building the case, they put out a video, and the white guy's going to be talking about, nigga, this, shoot me, nigga. The white guy's saying this.
Yeah.
But personally, I think people are missing the point. Like, personally, how do you feel about the precinct being burned down in Minnesota?
I mean, that is one of those where I was just kind of like, I was more in shock than anything.
You were in shock? I was in shock.
Yeah. Because I was just like, wow. But then I started asking the questions, who's actually doing this?
I have no idea. But could I tell you?
What?
I was happy.
Yeah.
I was happy. I was happy it happened. Even for the bus stop shit you were bringing up with the black lady.
Okay.
She's right in a sense. You guys don't need to be breaking the windows, but at a sense, it's a bigger picture than this. This stuff doesn't matter when we're talking life, because George Floyd, he can't wear the Target clothes or he can't wear the Walmart clothes that are being stolen.
I don't give a shit about Walmart.
You know
Target,
what I mean? You know what I mean? Like shit like that. So all that businesses and shit, people are thinking about themselves and they're like, hey, you're hurting my business or you're hurting our neighborhood. Please don't do that. But some of these people are actually out here because they're tired. They're like, hey, we want our attention. So it's a Robin Hood theory.
Yeah.
I have a good sense of thought when I'm doing this, but it comes with bad shit. It's the Robin Hood theory. It's like, yo, I have to steal, but it's because my people at home aren't eating.
Right.
So they're trying to just get attention, some of them. I'm not going to speak on all of them because I don't know these people, actually. I don't know anyone that's out there. I know some people looting, but I don't know anybody out in these different states where it's like, yo, they killed them and they're in the state rioting the same night.
Right.
I don't know those people, but the energy, I feel the energy. And I'm like, hey, you know, I was happy they burnt the precinct down because it's like it's a sign of it's not like how it was back in the day. That's a sign for me. I'm not happy that they burnt down the building. Fuck the police though, but I ain't happy. But at the same time, it's like, yo, there's change coming.
Yeah.
Like there's even that Latina chick in office, Congresswoman, I forget, AOC or C. Yeah, that's my shorty. I fuck with her. She makes me feel like there's change, faithful again. And I know in our system, in our government, it's not all good. It's not all peaches and cream. I know it's dirty, but she's one of those women that gives me faith. You know, I have friends personally who are in the police force or stuff like that. And I'm like, you guys kind of give me faith. Yeah. You know, stuff like that. I see change. That's what I look at the precinct like. That's why I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, some shit comes with it. You're going to get looked at like this and that, but there's a future coming. I'm not mad at it.
I mean, I think that had a little bit more, it had more of a message of like, we're tired of this and we're tired of the cops coming after us and we're tired. And I think, and you know what's crazy now thinking back at it is that wasn't really televised a whole lot. It was televised for like when they were burning down the precinct. Mm-hmm. It was televised maybe for a couple days. That was it.
Yeah.
It wasn't brought back. Like,
have they even brought the building back? We haven't seen it.
Exactly.
We seen in I forget where it was. It was like France or somewhere. It was like a Catholic building. They burned it down, and then there was a fundraiser being held. Notre Dame. Yeah, and then within days they're rebuilding it. We seen that on Twitter.
Exactly.
They put certain things on Twitter for the kids and the youth and the younger people to see, and it's not all kids on Twitter. There's adults too, but there's a certain crowd they're aiming for. Why haven't we seen certain news? Like for instance, in Ohio, the black guy who was shooting people. Like, I forgot what his name's, George, some black dude who was out here just killing people, terrorists. He was just killing people and shit, just shooting people. I forget his name, man. I got to double back on his name. But bro was killing people and shit.
I didn't even hear about that.
You know what I mean? Nah, it was big time. It was on Facebook. He went on Facebook Live. He was like the first person to go on Facebook Live while killing people. He was like the first one.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he was killing motherfuckers. Killed an old man and shit.
Oh, no. I saw that. That wasn't during like Black Lives Matter. That was a while back, right?
That was a while back. It was like 3 years ago.
And he's like,
what's the verdict of what happened? Like, we never heard.
Exactly.
They don't want our crowd to hear.
Yeah.
I'm in that crowd. That's what bothers me, because I'm like, damn, son, I gotta go on CNN and look at shit.
And you know, and that's crazy because
But do that.
I forgot about it.
No, but really do that, because they're hiding information from us. They don't want us to see that. They're trying to really portray certain things. They're trying to push certain images. Yep. You know what I mean? And when I say they, it's just like, I don't know who they is, exactly. But we know who they is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for real. It comes with it. You know what I
think
mean?
that misinformation definitely, and obviously I was a history major, and I try to see all sides. Like, I'm like, okay, people are pissed. They should be looting. That's fine.
I wouldn't say they should be, but I don't mind.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, do whatever you got to do.
Do it.
But at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and be like, let's go loot.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the one to say that. No, that's not coming out my mouth. You feel me? I'm going to get my shit another way.
Right.
You feel me? Like, I'm not tripping off that. Like,
right.
I'm not going to go out and loot with y'all. No. They're putting people in jail with no mask and all that. I'm good.
I don't want that COVID.
Y'all want to do that? Go ahead.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Exactly. So I see that side, but then I ask questions like, exactly, like, is this person lying? Who is this person? Why is this person on here? Who is it? Like, man, it's crazy right now. And I think, I don't want to give myself props, but I think everyone should think like that. Like, yes, watch the video. Think about everything else. Don't make an assumption yet. Do your research.
Neutralize yourself.
And then make your statement or your opinion. But then also let your opinion get swayed if you learn some new information. Like,
it's almost like a grammar check in like school.
Yeah.
For real. Like, you want to fact check yourself, because you might read some shit and you might spread information to someone and be like, hey, I'm giving out the wrong information. I'm out here talking about this, and that happened to this person, and it's wrong. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, for real, bro. It's just crazy. But with the midst of all this shit happening, I believe change is going to happen. Oh, yeah. And I'm happy for that. But I don't want to see no more things happen, personally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What I think is going to happen based off the year 2020 alone, we have a lot of survivors from some of these things that happen. They're going to be like the face front, you know what I mean? Like Elijah Blake and stuff like that. They're going to be portraying him like, hey, put a mic in his face.
Yeah.
Some of these people don't need that trauma. They don't need to relive it. You know, but at the same time, they give hope to the community. So it's their fight, their battles. So that's why I understand from 2020, this year's an odd year, but at the same time, no change is coming. Have faith. You know, at the end of the day, have faith.
Yeah.
You know, Donald Trump could win the election again. Fuck it. Have faith. You know, shit's going to be bad regardless, but have faith. Really. Shit's going to change. Before you know it, it's going to change.
And that's funny that you brought up AOC, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of hers, but her story,
she hot too. Hey, you feel me? You know what I
mean? He's sensitive, AOC.
I'm sensitive.
No, her story reminds me of people I went to college with, people we went to high school with. Like, I may not be a fan of hers, but her story it's so cool. It's her busting her ass to get to that. She earned that spot. And that's someone you can't even sit there and hate on and be like, oh, I like some guy called her a bitch or something like that.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I need to see you about that, my friend.
Why are you talking about my girl like that?
Yeah.
And she very cordially, like, just dropped knowledge and like completely shit on him.
On him, bro. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I never seen him go back. I seen what happened the day of.
So I think a couple days after, the day after, she just went, I mean, look it up. She just put him in his place without even like screaming, she just put him in his place. And that was one of those things where I was like, man, that's good to see. It's cool.
Respect.
Yeah, exactly. I don't agree with everything she says, but I respect her.
And she has a hard place. She's a woman in politics.
A brown woman.
A brown woman.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yep.
Motherfuckers is looking at you, and some of them are disgusted. They don't think you should be there.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I come on her like, I clap her up and all that. Like, yo, for real, she doing her thing.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't know everything about her, so you might have your reason why you don't like her. That might be like, I don't know if I like her. Yeah. We're not gonna share them today. I'm gonna go out and do my research and shit. Let me like her for a couple more hours. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I like what she's doing. You know?
No, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. She's showing strength in women. You know, I feel like she's giving women hope. Women need hope.
100%.
They're in an age where like guys like Tory Lanez and shit like that is happening and stuff like that. Women need help. Like, they need hope, not help. They need hope. You know, like, yo, they need to know they're in a safe world, man.
Yep.
Going outside as a woman is probably one of the most difficult things.
Dude.
Going outside, I'm talking about. Like,
100%.
just leaving your crib. It's ridiculous. They don't, you know what I mean? Like,
You shouldn't have to be scared to go walk your dog. Like,
I have a mom and sisters, bro. And there's certain nights where I get scared. I'm an overthinker. I think too much.
Yeah.
I get scared because I know the knowledge of there's men and just people out here that just aren't for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like that. I really do applaud her for doing that. She's giving women hope. Just keep fighting, man. At the end of the day, I want them to know, like, yo, Khor got y'all back.
Yeah. I do too. I said I'm not a fan of her politics, but I'm a fan of her. So
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I love you, baby.
Picnics. Khor, have you ever been on a picnic?
Actually, I have. Are we counting dates and stuff like that?
Yeah, closer to the mic though, you know?
Yeah, I've been on a couple.
What's called? Yeah. What did those picnics look like?
Not like what I imagined. I always imagined like the little tilt, like what is it, little kilt or what is it called?
Oh, the plaid
Little design and stuff
yeah.
with the basket. Never, no, just like Chick-fil-A and a Bluetooth JBL speaker.
And that's dope. That's dope. But our friend of the podcast, Anna Lee, I'm going to show you these pictures real quick.
Oh, yeah,
she actually had one right here. Friend of the podcast, Anna Lee, has a picnicking business called Picnicked, and that's spelled PICNICKED. Follow them on Instagram. It's PICNICKED_. And they are offering 10% off when you book in October and November and mention ThisLife. So you follow them on Instagram. They have different packages on here under their little highlights or whatever. You can see different kinds. I mean, all the types of picnics that Anna Lee does. Right now they have different fall decor. They have some spooky season decor. You can also do a picnic at night. Mm-hmm. You can bring your JBL speaker, Khor, which is totally fine. But this is more than just a little bit of Chick-fil-A and all that.
No, that actually looks extravagant.
Yeah, that's a perfect word. Extravagant picnics. So again, use code ThisLife when you book. You get 10% off your bookings in October, which October is almost over, and she's almost booked for the whole month, and November. Back to the show.
I'm gonna need that. Picnicked. Hit that follow button. Hey, shout out Joe Rogan too, man. Shout out, you know what I mean?
Joe Rogan's the man. Let's move a little bit past politics. I want to talk a little bit. It's all good. I want to talk a little bit about
Patron give you strength. Strength of a goddamn demon. Oh my God. Shit.
Dude, I can't even keep a thought with you, man.
You know what I'm talking about. Anybody that drank Patron know what I'm talking about. They know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh my God. We're not even going to touch up on that.
Go lift weights after and you're like squatting 3 plates.
Shit. We ain't even got to lift weights. You know what I mean, baby? You know what I mean, baby? I love you.
Let's talk about Khor.
Okay.
What are you up to now?
Just living life, man.
So when we spoke or we had our interaction maybe in the beginning of the year where we started shooting a music video, and then we kind of went other ways because we both kind of decided you wanted
Mostly
to go a different
because
way.
of me.
Yeah, you wanted to go a different way.
I retracted.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it. You know what I mean?
I was trying to say it like all nice and professional.
Straightforward.
Like, I don't want to do it.
You ain't got to worry about my feelings. Khor didn't want to do it. I retracted, man. Not even in the sense where it was like nothing was going on. I just made a personal decision, and I just want to let that be known. Like, you can make personal decisions sometimes in this life, and you'll be all right. Yeah. I made a personal decision. I was like, hey, let's do something else. Yeah. You know, and I still literally have it in my heart to work with Felix. Yeah. Like, I still want to work with you and all that. So right now, I'm in a sense where I've just been kind of just trying to figure out this music shit more, you know? Like, I'm trying to learn and stuff. Really working on
opera, right? Opera music.
Actually, I do folk tales.
You do what?
I do folk tales, bro.
Folk tales.
Sound like a whole lot of nigga. Hey, man. So chill out, man. Let me chill, man.
Dude, I think that's
Patron.
That's enough Patron for you,
the
man.
Drink for the demon. Really, though. Promotion.
I'm still on my sober October, so I'm sipping on a little soda water. Don't get it twisted.
Shit got me going. God damn.
So let's talk about. Shit. We were talking earlier. Just you're kind of looking for more things to do, more productive things to do. You're learning Spanish.
Yeah,
for
Quartet
AOC.
is losing or learning Spanish
for AOC.
Not particularly for her. You know what I mean? For just being in Cali, you never know who I run into. You know,
that's true.
Might even be like, who knows? You know, what's her name? Lil? No, I ain't gonna get into that. But yeah, pretty much, I'm learning Spanish for my own personal use. I've lived in Escondido for a while now and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm actually embarrassed I don't know more words and stuff like that.
Really?
I took Spanish for 3 years, but I dropped out my. One year in between, I dropped out.
In high school?
I was a dickhead. I was like, fuck that. I'm not going to college. I made that decision before learning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. So I was like on my bullshit. I never actually took the time to learn from Senor Brandon Berg. I never took the time to learn from my bro.
I don't think anyone learned from
him. But hey, he's a great dude, man. I vouch for you, Brandon Berg. He had my little bro this year. And my little bro in his class this year. And I think gave him like a C or some shit. I understand why the little nigga got a C. Yeah, I know. But at the same time, you still a good nigga, man. I fuck with you. Not the greatest, but shit, you the greatest. You hear me? Anyway, I fuck with you, Brandon Bird, for real, man. I seen a lot in your classroom, man.
Did you have Kyle in that class with you?
Who's Kyle?
Kyle Breer. Remember Kyle Breer?
No. I do remember Kyle Breer. Him and Jacob Guerrero was like a two-piece combo.
They went to the freaking military together.
Sheesh.
They went to Marines together.
That's what's up. Jacob used to be like my neighbor. I didn't know about. I just seen him one day running and shit. Nigga lived like up there from me. I was like,
He lived like on the little hill because you live next to Claudia Moreno, right? Or used to?
Right next.
Yeah.
She was like the biggest crush I had, and like in a girl. And
yeah.
I used to have the biggest crush. I never even told her, honestly.
Claudia,
her and her sister, man. I was a bug, man.
Claudia and Diana, dude. Shout out to the Moreno
Very
sisters.
Beautiful girls, but on top of that, their dad, man, I really mess with him. He
so
helped
sick.
me be the man I am today. He was like hella like straightforward with me all the time.
Yeah.
All about his respect and shit. Never bullshitted me, nothing. Straightforward, great guy, man. I was actually like blessed to live next to them. They were a great family, bro.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot of people get to live next to neighbors they like.
Yeah, that's true.
I fucked with their family. Like, they're cool. Their brother Jesse, all of them. Fuck with all of them, bro. Yeah. They're nice. Like, great group of kids, man. Great group of kids.
Bianca.
Kim K back in the day. Yeah, I used to. Man, I was a mess. Man. God.
Anyway, I don't even know what we were talking about before.
Jacob and them and shit.
Self-growth. We're talking about
self-growth, man. Promote that. Grow a bit, man.
Damn. Shit. No, I was so with your music. What you sent me? My voice just cracked so bad. I actually answered your question on my last podcast.
Oh, you actually answered my question? Did you say it was me who asked the question?
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh, damn. I want to stay behind the scenes and shit. But only reason why I did ask that question, though, really, though, is I do fight that feeling from, like, the past.
So remind everyone what the question was.
It was something in the sense, like, hey, my parents want me to go route A. I want to go route B. And it's, like, more so like, hey, I want to be a rapper. They want me to be a doctor, engineer, shit like that. I want to be this. They want me to be a doctor, engineer, shit like that. I'm not with all that. Like, personally, I'm just like, hey, I want to do me because I'm happy doing this. And they don't understand that. So I wanted the kids out here to kind of have some advice from you, really, though, that are fighting the same shit I was having. So that's really why I asked that question, because I feel like I'm in a sense where I do understand it now. I always chose a route to stick in school, and this is my first year not going to school. Like, I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to do me. And it's probably, that's why everybody's talking about 2020 a bad year, and Quartet is talking about, for you. You feel me? Like, for real.
Me too, dude.
I'm like, shit, speak for yourself. I don't give a fuck about no corona. Really. Like, I'm just like, I'm learning stuff. Never had like, I don't know. I just want to learn more than ever.
You've never really had time to sit down and learn or ask questions or
I was a student athlete all my life, bro.
Yeah.
Literally, like all my life. Like since I was a kid, my brothers made me a student athlete for one. Like they bred basketball in me since at least middle school. I never played like at a competitive level until middle school. So I went to elementary, but once I got to that, I've always been a student athlete, and that was me, became me. And even like it affected me when I had nothing. I thought I had nothing after I quit playing basketball.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, I was depressed, bro. The people I was around, you know, I felt like I failed. I literally did. And I had to like just kind of go back to the drawing board and write up a new play. Really though, that's all it took, because I know myself. I'm not weak, bro.
Yeah.
I have weak moments. But I'm not no weak dude. Like, I know I'm strong, rock hard, a solid dude. And at the end of the day, I just was like, man, let me get out this bed and stop crying about it every night. Let me go do something. And I wasn't crying every night, literally, but
yeah, just
I was sad, bro.
Yeah.
I was sad. I had no motivation to do nothing. I've been doing music before that. I didn't even have motivation to do that. I stopped seeing my friends. You know, I stopped going out. I just a bunch of shit. And it was just like,
you had, depression.
I was literally depressed, bro.
Yeah.
I was so sad at the world, bro. Like, that's why I said I never wanted to live more than ever in the year 2020.
That's awesome.
Because the past 2 years, I damn near wanted to die.
Yeah.
You know? And that's not a sense where I would ever promote that for anyone. You know, I talked to certain people about it and shit. This is my first time being publicly about it, but that's how I felt. I was like, man, ain't shit going on out here. You know, and in the city too, man. Growing up in Escondido and shit, and San Diego in general, there's a black hole of a stream of kids who just, you know, they just don't do not anything crazy, but they just live out here and they're satisfied with that. I knew it wasn't in my heart to have a family out here and just get a job out here.
Yeah.
It's never in my heart.
No,
that's
why,
why,
no offense to those people, but
no offense. That's why I said earlier,
yeah.
There's those people for the 9 to 5s. There's those people that have to do the coal mining. There's those lunch ladies. Yeah. Somebody has to do that job. Somebody.
Yep.
Even if it's not in their heart, somebody's going to do that job.
Not me.
And then there's certain people that will. And I'm not one of them. I actually choose not to do that shit. Yeah. I don't want to do that shit because I have the knowledge, and it really comes with just going out there and educating yourself. It's not always about going to school. I got out of school and gained more knowledge. Yeah. I didn't just sit there and not learn shit. No, I learned a lot to the point where like I could give game to anybody, an adult, grandpa, toddler, anybody. If you want to talk to me, I'll give you game. And then it's just like, yo, it just comes with just being a human, man. You're going to learn, you're going to grow in senses. It was just an uncomfortable growth for me. It was like I was depressed during that time, all that stuff. It sucked, but I had to go through that. God put me through that for a reason. And I do have hope that things are going to change for me, and I'm going to go and get that. Nothing will stop me.
Did you have it before?
Have what? Exactly?
Like spurts of depression or?
Yeah. I would say I even have anxiety that I never knew I had. I get anxious. Dude. Like I have a lot of mental problems that aren't flaring, but I have them. Right. You know? Like for real. And it starts with this community around us. A lot of kids have them. They just don't know it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things.
Yep.
And it comes with taking care of yourself, man.
Especially like we're the generation that our parents are like, you have to go to school, you have to go to college, get an education. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. And like once, we either did it or we didn't. Those of us that did it, we came out on the other side to finding it really hard to find a job and like figuring out, hey, this wasn't the way to success. This was the way to like more problems and like having a bunch of debt or having a bunch of problems like mentally. Those that didn't go to college now are like, oh, what am I doing? And like some of them like yourself might have relied on sports or
which I did heavily.
Yeah. Or I don't know, decided I'm going to go out and do this. And then they've failed a couple of times and they're like, I should have gone to college or like I should have done this.
That's the guy I used to be. I failed so many times and I always would be like, man, I knew I should have gone with plan B.
Yeah, exactly.
Follow my gut. Yeah. It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Man up. You lost, right? You lost, but it's time for a learning lesson.
Yeah.
Why stop? God's putting you through these reasons literally. And I wouldn't say God as in religion because everybody's religion varies. But for me personally, I've been through shit where I just have faith. And it's just like, yo, the shit I go through is for me. It's for me. Yep. Like for my shoes. You personally wouldn't even understand some of the things I've been through, you know? And it just comes with each human. I couldn't process some of the things you've been through. Couldn't even process. I'd be like, what? Man, back at the crib, blah, 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 blah. We come from different environments, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just like, bro, there's a reason. There's a reason behind everything I believe. You know, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit there and just stop or whatever just because a couple things didn't go your way? Or even not even a couple things. Let's say a bunch of things, but a few things went your way. Are you going to stop?
Yeah.
The craziest people make it out here. Kanye West is one of them. I get a ballot, the nigga's name in it.
Dude, I thought it was a joke.
Oh, no, he got his name in the motherfucking. I'm looking at it like, And I put it on my snap. Yeah. I put it on my snap. I'm like, yo, goals. Because it's like, bro, It's not goals. I don't want to be Kanye. No, lame dude. I like his music and shit. He's dope as fuck as an artist, but he's not my type of guy. No. But I look at it in the sense, it's just like, bro, he had a dream. He reached his dream. The dude's in a ballad. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's all it's about, bro.
That's true.
Dream crazy, but shit, keep dreaming.
That's very true.
Keep dreaming, man. Like, look at you. You got me at a podcast right now. It started off with a dream.
I mean, it started off as a dream like 4 years ago, and I was always, and even now I'm like, I don't think I have anything to say or enough to say. And like during the last episode, I would answer questions and then I'd be like, but I don't know, that's just, because I still have that little sense of doubt. Like, why would anyone listen to me? Why would anyone sit there and go, oh, you know what, Felix is right? Like, I don't feel that like entitlement of I have enough knowledge in my life where I can say that. You know what I mean?
That's where it starts though. Personally. Like, yeah, it starts because it's like, yo, you're not going to just grow. Not everybody's lucky enough to hit the lotto and just be like, I dropped a song and I have 1 billion views.
Right.
Some people have to work. You're at the starting process, bro. Be happy with that. Actually, it should be on some shit where you should think about not being denied. You got your own spot, got your lights and all this shit. Like, bro, you got all this shit.
I'm so happy.
Take no as an answer. Don't take no, I mean. Don't let yourself be denied. Take no as an answer. Dude, sound like some rapist or something. Nah, on some real shit. Like, bro, you're just not taking no as an answer with this craft you're doing.
Oh, no, not at all. And
I'm not doing your research and all that, bro. That's all it takes.
And if it is a no, it's a not yet.
Not yet. And that's how I feel about this shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, not yet. My time isn't yet. We get pressured. We go on Twitter and we see somebody fucking have a nice crib at 22 or 19 or whatever. And we be like, damn. We look at ourselves in the mirror and we're like, we're not even nowhere near that. And we get sad and depressed. Don't think that. Fucking... Bro, just think about the powerhouses of all these social networking apps, MySpace, all of them. They're all like 30 when they made it.
Yeah.
Tom, all of them. Tom from Escondido. Shout out Sample Squad. You hear me? Yeah, you feel me?
You went to the Sample Squad?
You went to Sample Squad. Escondido cat.
Yeah?
Google it.
Damn, I didn't know that.
He got arrested in like his 30s for like doing some illegal shit. Feds offered him a job.
Damn.
Yeah, Tom from Escondido. MySpace is still booming to this day.
That's crazy.
Look it up. The link is still up. Like, they're going.
True. That's true.
For real.
What did you do to not cope, but get through that depression?
I kept fighting. That's what I am. My name means warrior, product of war. Like, literally, that's what my name means. And I just kept fighting. Like, that's what I believe in. Just keep fighting, man. Fight for what you believe in. Like, even love. If you think love is ugly, it's gonna be ugly. But shit, if you want something, if you love it that much, keep fighting.
Yeah.
Really.
With people and passions.
Mm-hmm. Even if it's certain objects.
I believe that. Yeah.
For real.
I believe
you love
that for
something,
sure.
Go and keep fighting for it. That's how I feel about just this perspective of life, of where I want to change my career path and stuff. I love what I do. And I have knowledge that they pay people for this shit.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, you getting paid, you get paid. I'm sitting here and I'm just being a sponge and I'm just learning from you. And it's like, this is my goals. I want to be where you're at one day. I've already made money from music. I've already reached certain goals I never thought I would get to. Yeah. And I'm so thankful. I made like 4 cents last month from music.
Dude.
That's my goal. I always wanted to get paid.
Right.
I gotten paid. Like, I'm rich in knowledge and life. Like, I'm not rich with money, but I'm rich in life, bro.
Right. And now you see that it's a possibility.
Big possibility. I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I'm not scared.
I feel it. It's like the first time I'm about to stunt. The first time I booked a wedding for $1,000, which isn't a lot.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Talking to other, I shot one time with a photographer and he got paid $4,000. And I was like, $4,000 just to shoot a wedding for 6 hours. And I was like,
that's bag talk, man. That's your rent.
Dude, imagine 4 weddings a month. You're chilling. You're absolutely chilling. Mm-hmm. So I remember booking, I like cried when I booked a wedding for $1,000. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then I thought back to when I got hired to do something for $150. And I was like, yo, $150, damn. And then $250 and then $300.
That's your work ethic, bro.
Exactly. And it was just like, do. And like now I'm at that point where I finally have quality to my work because I love what I'm doing so much and I do it so much that I'm like, oh, I'm going to raise these prices. And then I'll raise it. People will see the value in it and they've hired me. And I'm like, even now I'm still like, man, I can't believe I got hired for that.
That's the thing about having your own business. You get to make your own prices. Yeah. And people will buy if you really got the product worth it.
Yep.
Smart, man. Keep working, bro.
I mean, that's my goal, is to give people that quality. And I never want to like give anything less, because it's my name behind it. I want to finish on your sister, Naya. She was actually supposed to come on, and I canceled 1 week, and then she canceled another week, and then I canceled, and
she didn't want to come today. I invited her to come today.
What?
Yeah, she was just like, she's just having her moment.
Come on, Naya. So your sister Naya, we actually just spoke to her on the phone.
Yes, ironically,
as we were speaking about her, she is an artist. She is just
everything,
dude.
She's a tut, bro. Like, we tell the kids at the house, you're a fucking tut, because I didn't watch Bernie Mac for all my life, but his thing, he used to say, you a Mac, stop playing around type shit. And that's what we be telling each other at the house, you're a tut. You know, and she's a tut. She could literally do it all, man. I
always loved Bernie Mac when he, like, his boy would do something, and his kid was just like, he was such an idiot. Yeah. And he would just be so disappointed.
And he was leaning on the feminine side, so he used to get like hella worried. That's a like hella America. Like, he's anti-gay. Like, before it was like, that's why I said earlier, comedy is insensitive. Literally, bro, because he said some funny shit. Yeah. He done said some funny shit where it doesn't fly in this day and age. But it just comes with the game. Like, if you have an open heart or an open mind, sometimes they're gonna make fun of you, and it's funny. Yeah. They're gonna say some shit like white boy, shit like that, and you're gonna crack up. I mean, like, it shouldn't be no big problem, you know. But if you feel some type of way, raise your hand and just be like, "Hey, I check from this."
I'm not feeling that. That's okay to say.
Yeah, if you want to say like you don't like the joke, I'm the type of dude to be like, okay, I'll stop or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't joke that extreme.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. You know, like. Anyway, Bernie Mac, man. I'm gonna binge watch that now.
You're a tut. Back to that.
Yeah,
she's a tut.
Naya's a tut. She made 2 films, I guess. Directed
short
them, or
movies, or what do you want to call them? She actually wrote them.
Yeah,
she wrote them, and then she helped direct them. And then I don't know how a screenplay works. I don't know how you'd say screenplays if you're physically shooting it.
I couldn't tell you. I would call them short films.
Yeah, they're short films.
They're short films. So one of them was Dear Dark Skinned Black Girl, which beautiful. The second one, and this is the one I want to talk to you about, was Black Boy, right? Mm-hmm. So
I narrated that.
Yeah, that was your voice.
Yeah,
that was beautiful, man.
You know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
So, and you were also in it, right?
Yeah, I was a part of it.
So what's the premise behind that?
What do you mean by premise? Like, how did it start up and everything?
No, like what's the point of the video, the film?
Personally, what I thought she was doing was she was going for like an area where people aren't as educated, but they are educated. But she wanted to touch up more and be like, hey, it's still going on today, you know? But she had her own message personally where I couldn't speak upon. Like, I don't know what her, like, the certainty on her message. Right. I don't know. You know, what I got from it is just kind of like, hey.
Yeah, what did you get from it? Because I'm going to have her on. I'm going to have her on. She's going to talk about it. But I want to see what you got from it. Because I watched the whole thing, I think 3 times. And I was like, it was powerful.
Yeah, I feel like she was just talking about, like, what's going on today, what's going on in the past, what's going on in the present, and then we're trying to prevent something in the future. What's going on? So I think she's trying to bring awareness, and at the same time, she was just trying to like touch a sensitive side. I think she was trying to really like, hey, you know, trying to get, I wouldn't say empathy literally, but you know, feel a little empathy behind the video because she was speaking from a perspective like what's going on in this day and age and all that shit in the past. So yeah, I liked what she was doing with it. Actually, like she has it on her wall, like and framed up and stuff. I like that. That motivates me because it's like, hey. You're out there doing your thing. She's doing her thing, man. You know, she graduated in a different field, and she's out here doing screenwriting and like even me, I write my own scripts. Like I already have like 3 TV like shit like that. Yeah, like
that's sick.
Like I think that shit is dope how she does that. It actually motivates me. Yeah. Like I ask her for advice and stuff like that.
Because vice versa. She pulls the trigger on it.
She's she's ambitious and innovative. Like she creates.
Yeah.
And it starts with my dad. I say we're all products of Day Wayne. Shout out to Plug. Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, we all plugs and plugged in, but like bro's innovative, man. Like in like the past 4 years, I seen him trying to create his own brick line, like bricks. Like and he's like working on his 60s. And it's been since we were kids. I seen him when I was in like 3rd, 4th grade. We're at the swap meet selling t-shirts with him. He pressed them himself. He had his own machine. Like,
sick.
And it just, those little things, we might not notice them, but they're big.
Yeah.
Created something with her. Like, I think so. She might not think so, but I think so. It's not him. I won't give him full credit.
Right.
But she's creative. So creative. She doesn't do anything in her field for like college and shit like that. She's graduated all that, got her degree and shit, but I feel like she wants to do other things because she knows, she has the knowledge that there's other things in this world and she enjoys those things. Really though, you know, and it comes with the school system, man. I feel like she was a little peer pressured into doing this and that, and then she finally found herself, and then she's like, hey, I found myself, and then she got to a point where she's like, but I still don't like this. Yeah, she's really talented, man. She does anything. I got her on a few of my songs too, like. Yeah, like literally, like she does vocals and all, like literally, like Quarantine and Chill. I just dropped like this year. I don't know when, I don't remember, but she was doing singing, harmonizing all in the background. She played a really big part because the song was dry without her. You know, and she even had a point where she was telling me like, "Oh, should I do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, do that." Like, I guess. Yeah, like you do that. You know, she's amazing, man. That's my best friend on this whole wide world, man. She means so much to me. That's awesome. I want to tell her that, like, Naiwit, you mean so much to me. I'm thankful that God placed us within age and on top of that within family. Like, yo, she's literally like, we're age mates, peers, and then on top of that, she's my sister. You know, so it gives me a field where I don't know girls like that, and she puts me in a world where she's like, hey, this is, you know what I mean? I'm not thinking manly so much. Sometimes I have a feminine side because of her and knowledge and shit like that. Like, literally, I give her credit for that shit because I wouldn't know some of these things without her. She's big time in my life, bro.
That's awesome.
Big time.
Yeah, I actually coached volleyball when she was,
I remember that.
I think a senior. Mm-hmm. And I always was like, I would look at her and just be like, man, you're like beyond your years. Like her comedy, the jokes, like me and her would just sit, when she would get benched, me and her would sit on the bench and just like laugh and say stupid stuff. But
she's just as silly as me too. Yeah. That's the crazy part. I'm silly and shit, but she has a silly side that the world may not have seen. Like she's just as silly as me.
And if you watch this film, what's her, I think her at is like at Naya Tut.
At Naya Tut. And then on Instagram. At Naiwit Tut. You know, hit that follow button. Yeah. You know what I mean? Shout out Khor, you know, getting your follows up.
So I actually put the handle on the.
Oh, do you? So you gonna put my handle? Which side? This side? That side?
On that side, on the bottom.
Follow me.
But I think that the Black Boy film, I mean, as a male person of color, you're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to feel when you're a man of color. I mean, I can't speak for white people, but as a Mexican guy, when I would cry as a kid, my uncles would call me gay. And it was like, yeah, and I would cry a lot. I don't know why, but
my dad has actually called me gay for crying.
Yeah.
And like even clothes I don't wear no heels and shit. But I might wear like some skinny jeans or shit where there was popping New Boys. Shout out to New Boys. They came to Orange Glen and shit when I was a freshman. Yeah.
The New Boys.
Hey, if you was there, you was there. You heard me? But pretty much like, yo, like shit like that. My dad like, yo, are you gay? I'm wearing some yellow banana skinny jeans and shit. I'm like, Dad, I'm fly, not gay. I'm fly as fuck. Fuck are you talking about, Dad? You just don't get it. Yeah. It's crazy though. Empathy is real, man. It's crazy, but I'm glad in 2020, parents, I've even seen it in cultures, in different cultures, various cultures, even Mexican cultures. I see my friends, they're like, yeah, my parents are starting to understand me more and stuff like that. Empathy. Exactly. Empathy's came a long way.
Exactly.
You know, it's 2020, man. Parents are like to the point where they understand, like, bro, like Donald Trump probably knows what WAP is. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. It's changing. It's changing.
You know he watches that every night.
What?
You know he watches that every night.
I don't blame the man.
And he's just like,
Megan, man, she's an MVP. Look, Cardi had the dopest verse, but like,
I'm more of a Cardi guy myself.
You're a Cardi guy. I feel you, man. Yeah, I heard that deep
tattoo,
breath too.
Man, that tattoo,
the leg tattoo. Hey, man, girls with leg tattoos, stay away. Away. Girls with big ass legs. Hey, man, shit. Stay away, man. Feminism. 101, Khor 101. There's a lot of game coming from you. Hey, look, Megan though. Tori, I'm gonna see you, dog.
Tory Lanez, man.
I'm gonna see you, dog.
That's a whole nother story.
You didn't think you was gonna go whole podcast? I wasn't gonna talk to you, huh, Nick? I'm gonna see you, man. But Megan, though, in the video, I feel Donald Trump. I don't know what's going on either, but I feel him.
Yeah, he's watching it every night. Anyway,
man, for real. Back to Nywitch.
Let's wrap this up. If you want to watch Naya's films, incredible, at Naya Tut.
Follow her right here.
She's gonna be on here. She'll speak about it. I'm putting it out in the universe. Khor, where can people find you, follow you? I know you're on Spotify. I found you on Spotify.
If you want to find me anywhere, just search Khor Tut. It's spelled Khortut. You will find me if you really got it in your heart, because I'm everywhere. Yep. SoundCloud, Twitter, shit. I think I got a Tumblr.
Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify, all of that, SoundCloud, iTunes, Apple Music. Like I'm also a musician. You probably wouldn't even get that, but yeah, like, I'm everywhere. If you want to find me, search my first and last name. I'm authentic. I'm gonna keep it like that. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. You hear me? Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks so much for listening to This Life, a podcast by Mayorca Media. Khor, thank you so much for being on, man.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm so happy I'm here. I love you too, bro.
Man, this was a great episode. I'm stoked for this to come out. It's gonna come out tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah.
Oh shit! Hey, look, man. If you follow me tomorrow, shit, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have some shit up soon and all that. You know what I mean? I ain't know it was gonna come out. I ain't know it was coming out tomorrow. I ain't got shit. I was telling dudes at the crib, I'm like, yeah, I'm using this to build content too, you know, shit like that. I ain't got shit up. It's coming. It's coming.
All right. Thank you so much.
Shout out Felix.
Later.
Peace. Hey, bro. Thank you for having me. I'm fucking so stoked, bro. Yeah, I appreciate you having me, bro. For real. Fucking tomorrow? Hey, man. Whoa.